Okay. I think I should have at this point uh fixed the title. Um it came up when I first went live as Animal Crossing. All right. Yeah, cool. So here we go. Um I'm just gonna real quick. I've been wanting to do a mock draft. I don't know if the quality's good enough to see it, but if you can see where I'm highlighting, this site, draft site, is doing a giveaway where you win a free WNBA jersey of your choice if your mock draft is the most accurate. Um, and me, in my infinite hubris, believes that I can win, but I'm not gonna claim myself to be an expert or even not an expert or a even a pundit in basketball, especially WNBA. So basically, my philosophy going into this is that most everyone's going to be pretty close to what the mock draft is that draft site has because they're very logical choices. Um, I mean, if you just go through, it's very much like what each team needs. And by what each team needs, I pretty much mean New York and Dallas because they have 8 billion draft picks. In the first 15 picks alone, they've got what? First 15 picks, they have 7 between the two of them. Let's see. You got New York, Dallas, that's 2, Dallas 3, Dallas 4, New York 5, New York 6, New York 7, New York 8. They have 8 of the first 15 picks and 6 of the first 12 between the two of them, which makes sense because they're the two teams that are kind of in super rebuilding mode. Um, but yeah, so my philosophy is that everyone's going to kind of keep to this. So what I believe is I'm going to go for the most uh, chaos possible with a lot of backdoor logic going into conspiracy theories and things that are absolutely stupid. Okay, so just to give you an idea of what I mean here, right? Sabrina Ionescu is absolutely going to be the number one pick. It would be stupid, absolutely stupid, if New York didn't draft Sabrina Ionescu. But hear me out, okay? Here's the amount of research that I did today. I went through every team's roster except for Indiana's because, frankly, Indiana's roster was far too confusing for me to figure out in the 2 minutes that I was doing research on them. They had like 4 players that didn't have positions listed. Um, the Liberty have 8 guards on their roster, 1 forward and 3 centers. Okay, I'm not going to go any more analysis beyond that. So basically, their two options here are either to draft UNESCO, and either go for the world's first all guard lineup, which is what I would love to see, or do the rational thing and trade one of their good guards that won't really fit in. A lot of the buzz is around like Asia Dur getting traded because she was a lottery pick last year, but replacing a lottery pick with a lottery pick doesn't always go well. Or, check this out. Eh? They need a forward. Right. So Satu Sabali, I believe that's how you pronounce it, goes to New York with the first overall pick, and everybody freaks out because it's an idiotic maneuver. So what does Dallas do, right? Dallas, they're going to pick Ionescu, right? Because it's Sabrina Ionescu. She's right there. Um, but the thing is they've got Ugumbawale, and she's a guard. Okay, I gotta look this up first. I don't want to sound like a complete idiot. Um, yeah, she's a guard, right? God, I'm gonna sound like an idiot if she's not a guard. Great. Yeah, she's a guard. We'll call it that. Um, and they've got only 5 guards on their teams as opposed to 6 forwards. So, like, if we're going from strict numbers, right? They need guards more than anything. Um, I'm gonna keep Lauren Cox at Indiana, right? Because I'm gonna bank a lot of points off of these first two picks being chaos. Okay. Um, you know what though? Yeah, yeah, we're gonna go with that. I don't know. Here's the thing, right? I'm trying to. I think I've either stumbled onto a conspiracy or I'm a major fucking idiot, which it's likely the latter. But the Vegas Aces official roster doesn't have Liz Cambage on it right now, like on their website here, right? Lindsay Allen, DeGarrett Cahambre, Cam Brad, so on and so forth. There's no Liz Cambage, right? So either I missed out on some serious news, which I don't think so, because I double checked. I was like, did I just forget Liz Cambage getting like traded or something? But um, so what I'm thinking is that they totally trade. They're totally gonna trade for some draft picks. Because their first draft pick isn't until way down here, third round, late third round. I mean, this is a pretty weak draft class to start out with. Outside of like outside of the lottery picks, there's not really a whole lot going on. I mean, a few of these players are going to be good like role players, but that's what's so confusing about Dallas and New York picking up a bunch of draft picks this year, right? And it's no secret that like Liz Cambage and like Aja Wilson were struggling together, and um, they've got a couple more stars in there. They got like Jackie Young, and they've got Angel McCoughtry coming in as a 4. I think she's a 4. And like Kelsey Plum has a new role, and she's like, she's relatively big personality, and Liz Cambage is great. So I think I'm gonna go under the assumption you can do trades here. Um, so what I think is that um, the Aces are gonna pick up some first round picks like now. All right. Um, I'm trying to figure out where that would be a good fit, though. I know this is a de facto the second episode of a basketball show, but COVID's screwing that up. Um, oh God, right. I mean, a lot of this hinges on who would Vegas trade, who needs centers. Okay, so um, I wrote down on my notes here the number of players each team has, and the dearth of centers really goes towards more of the successful teams in the league, right? Like Connecticut, the Sun, they don't have a single center listed on their team. Washington has one true center on their team, but it's Tina Charles. Like Washington literally doesn't have the money to pay another player. They're going to go 11 instead of 12 this year. Um, so what I'm thinking, right? Vegas has 5 guards and like one true forward. So, hold on. Let's look at Indiana's roster, actually. Indiana Fever roster, as you can see, I was doing. Um, See, like, why it was so confusing to me, because, like, they have a fuck ton of players. Um, See, they only got one center, right? So it would be, and if we look at the Vegas Aces, right, um, they've really got, like, power, and then they've got, like, guards. They don't have a lot of, like, small forwards. All right. Here's what I'm going to go Lauren Cox, number 1, because New York needs a power forward. Okay. Um, Ionescu goes to Dallas. This is the world's worst mock draft. And then Indiana, um, Indiana trades their first this year, their first next year, and then some player to Vegas, right? Because Vegas is win now, right? And they're gonna take Savali, right? I'm blowing your mind. I'm blowing your mind right now. Atlanta has a lot of guards, but they're also kind of like in rebuild mode. Um, so yeah, so I'm gonna say that they're gonna stick with Trinity Charter. That's how you pronounce that. Um, I gotta hedge my bets somewhere, right? Because if everybody thinks that Trinity Carter, I was looking at Matt Allentuck's uh, mock draft earlier. I think he has no, he has Trinity Charter, sorry, going to Indiana. See, that's why it's so confusing. Like, there's so many possibilities with this, and like the WNBA is so much different than like the NBA because um, there's such a bottleneck of talent, right? Um, like there's 12 players on every team, or 11 if you're Washington. In the NBA, you have 14 players on a team, and there's 30 teams as opposed to the 12. So there's a gross of players in the WNBA, 144 players. So like, and players are playing, good players play at least like 10 years, like your big time players at least. Um, so like, there's not a lot of room for people to come on these teams. Even Dallas has 8,000 draft picks in the last like 3 year span, and they've already got 13 players listed on their roster. They're already going to have to cut somebody. If they were to draft nobody, they'd have to cut someone. And they're a very young team. So I don't know much about every team. I've been trying to catch up. I watch a lot of Mystics basketball. They're my favorite team. My number two team is Chicago. This guy, I didn't watch nearly as much as them, but I lived in Washington for a summer, so I caught a lot of Mystics games live. That's why I'm a fan of them. I've been trying to catch up by listening to WNBA with Shay, but I've missed a couple episodes, and she hasn't gone through every team thus far. But I think Trinity Charter is going to end up being a good pick for anybody. So even if like Atlanta doesn't need her, they can trade her away later. Yeah. Yeah. So you heard it here first, folks. Las Vegas is trading Liz Cambage to the Indiana Fever. That would be stupid. They're not going to do that, but it's all based on the fact that they don't have their roster right. So we're going to be conspiracy theorists. As much as I'd like to see them, I just don't see like a reason to trade for the number one pick, especially like I really think New York's going to be good this year. Not there's such a crammed talent at the top, right? Like Chicago had a pretty legitimate shot at like going to the championship last year, and like they might not make the playoffs this year. Like there's so much talent in the W this season, especially with the new CBA and the fact that the talent pool is really getting tighter. So like I don't really think New York has a lot of incentive to trade away the first pick. And like if they were to trade it away, I think they would trade it to Dallas for like a couple of picks, or maybe like a pick and like a Sturendur or something like that. So that's so yeah. I think you know what actually. I think they might pull a Chargers on them. Ah, oh, shoot. So what I think will happen. All right, we're going conspiracy. Um Shoot. Okay, so either we're going to have this shakeup in my conspiracy driven world. We're either going to have this shakeup at the top 3, or New York is going to draft UNESCO, and offer her as a trade for the second overall pick and like first overall pick next year. Dallas has a lot of picks. It should make more sense to trade. Oh, shoot. It would make more sense to trade with Dallas then, wouldn't it? Because they have so many picks. How old is the Vegas roster? 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years is the oldest they've got. I'm just going to put my feelings out there now. Like Vegas and Seattle, if there is a season this year, I should say, that's going to be the championship. But yeah, all right. So I'm gonna stick with this right now. Trinity Charter going to Atlanta. Yeah. Yeah, I can dig that. If New York does draft Ionescu, they're gonna trade a point guard off somewhere. Probably, I would think like Dallas or Los Angeles. It's Los Angeles. This is a really guard-heavy league, I'll be honest. Which is cool because maybe it'll move to more small ball style. But all right, so Dallas just drafted Ionescu in my bizarre world. Melantuck, good man. Had Harris. They have Harris here. But if they landed Ionescu, they wouldn't need a point guard that quick, right? I think they're willing to take a risk on a player that's not as big. I guess it wouldn't matter because they have both of those picks. Minnesota is 5 guards. You know what? I'm gonna stick with this 4 here. I think. All right, I gotta look at the Chicago Sky roster again. Bear with me, folks. This is the world's worst mock draft. I should have really put more thought into it. Yeah. I think they're going to want... The Shields is a 2 guard, right? She plays a 3 too, though. Sitting here silently thinking about it. I want to win that jersey. I'm wearing my Ariel Powers jersey right now. She's my girl, but I would love another jersey. Especially like, say for instance, Ionescu were to go to the Liberty, right? I think they're gonna want a guard. But they were one of the teams that talked to Oregon. Chicago was. What kind of forwards do they have? Yeah, they got a lot of forwards. Why? Why would you talk to Oregon? Because Oregon's got pretty much just one player left at that point. Oh. Yeah, see, Minion Moore there. Okay, so the first round, this is very much more the intelligence, but I think they're going to want like a 1 or a 2 guard. I don't know much about Tia Cooper. I unfortunately didn't get to watch nearly as much college basketball as I wanted to this year. I caught Oregon a few times. I really liked Oregon. I watched Baylor once. They were good, but I didn't think they were Oregon good. I really liked Missouri State. They're not like going to have any players in this draft. I really don't think they do. Because they're from the Valley, and if there's not any like standout superstars from the Missouri Valley Conference. Missouri State likes Willard. Look at that. Yeah, so MSU has a couple people in there, which is cool. Taryn McCutcheon, Shea Colley. I like Taryn McCutcheon. I feel like MSU misused her a lot. Like she very much was a good shooter. she was much better. See, the problem was like how they used Taryn McCutcheon with. I wrote a whole basketball show script about this. I didn't end up recording it. How they used her with Nia Clouden. Nia Clouden was my favorite player on MSU. She still is. She's still there. They would use Nia Clouden as a true two and Taryn McCutcheon as a true one. Which Taryn McCutcheon's better at ball handling, and she's better at being a one on defense. But Nia Clouden isn't as good at the two guard spot with Taryn McCutcheon, right? Taryn McCutcheon, like she's a good scorer, as she was at Michigan State. A lot of that relied on Shea Colley being at MSU, like not hurt. But yeah, so basically, what they needed to do more was play Nia Clouden at the one with Taryn McCutcheon at the two, or play McCutcheon at and keep McCutcheon at the two and like all the time, and only play Nia Clouden at the two if you had Shea Colley or what's her face. Anyway, yeah. So those are kind of the teams I watched this year. I watched a lot of MSU basketball, of course, but anyway, off track. Yeah, Dallas has a lot of UConn players at this point, I think. And in my world, they got UNESCO, so like that's going to be a lot of backcourt talent. They're going to be fast. Yeah, I'll keep with this. Then this creates a natural competition at the young small forward spot. I mean, they've got a lot of young guys in Dallas. And Tia Cooper. I'll stick with it. But New York already got a power forward. So see, my thinking is like they might be able to corner the market on guards, because like Seattle's gonna want a guard sooner rather than later, because Super doesn't have a lot of time left. I mean, like Jordan Canada's the heiress apparent. I mean, she's so good. You gotta have more guys, So New York's not gonna draft a power forward. Yeah. If they can get a center later, they can get a center later. So New York's got so many goddamn picks. That's just dumb. Yeah, the Zio viewers are fine. All right, so I think I like Florida State. I watched them a couple times actually. I don't remember Gillespie too well. I'm not great at remembering individual players. I remember like it takes me like a few watches, and I only watched Florida State twice. But yeah, Phoenix. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna keep that. I like the power forward. All right, check this out. Right, Dangerfield. Yep, point guard. Do 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 do. Hey, do 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 do. Hey, yeah. How about that, huh? How do you feel about that? Cash me outside. I like New York getting a center, but there's not a lot of centers in this draft. We're definitely moving to a smaller ball game, but the WNBA hasn't quite moved to small ball. The closest I think we got was Washington last year. They moved at a record pace, but they just got Tina Charles this year as not a real center, a true center. As much as I love Latoya Sanders, I think Latoya Sanders is very happy that she doesn't have to start at center anymore. She's a great complement at center to Elena Delle Donne at 3. But yeah, I like that. You know what? I think New York, does New York have one later? No, they're kind of done after that. Nope, they got one there. All right, cool. Yeah, getting more into players I don't know, but yeah, just based on positionality, I think this 213 here is gonna get traded to Seattle. Why would no? I got mixed up with where I was. Yeah, no, I think we're good. This is going to end up being Vegas's 214. So, round 2 from Indiana to Vegas. Right. Okay. And then, so then I think, oh, it resets it. All right, I got to get all the trades out of the way. So because Indiana's going to want some draft picks, New York is going to trade their second. God, I can't believe it remixed my picks. I should have saved it. Round 2 is going to go from New York to Indiana. Yeah, in exchange for probably like a 2 next year or something, just to dump off some picks of some semblance. Yeah, I think Connecticut's gonna be fine. They don't have a center. Um, so it would make logical sense if this Liz Cambage trade's gonna happen that it would happen to Connecticut because they don't have a center. They literally have 0 centers listed on their roster. Yeah. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if Washington dumped one of their picks. Okay, yeah. So Vegas got that. And they'll get like a first next year for Liz Cambage. I guess I got the first this year. Yeah, they'll get a first next year too for it. It's about what Dallas got for Skylar Diggins-Smith. All right, so, geez, back to the picks. Ionescu's going here. Lauren Cox, Satu Sabali. Right? I think that's what I said. Trinity Charter. Yep, cool. And cool with that. They already got a power forward. So I think Phoenix is going to go for a power forward. And Seattle's going to want a guard. Who else we got guards here? Yeah, they're gonna want to take from UConn rather than Ryder. Sorry, Ryder. And then Indiana's got, yeah. They already kind of have a lot of centers already, so yeah, I think that's how that's gonna go. Because now Vegas is gonna have a gap at center, unless they get something from Indiana, whatever. This I already said it's not good, but if like everybody has basically the basic draft, right? So, okay, so back here, another small forward, 2 small forwards, 2 power forwards. All right, I'm comfortable with that. Yeah. All right, cool. Who did I have Phoenix taking earlier at power forward? I think they're gonna want to small forward three. Phoenix. I know almost nothing about Phoenix, but this is not a deep draft. I don't think a lot of teams are really going for talent outside of the top three or top four, I should say. Trinity Charter is pretty cool. Um, yeah, probably just going for more like role players most of the time. Uh, I think Los Angeles is going to want. I think, yeah, Dallas gambling on an international center is a good idea. And then, right, if you have a lot of picks, you can usually use one on an international player. It's sometimes a question as to whether they're going to come over because there's not a lot of money to be made in the WNBA, unfortunately. So I think Los Angeles is going to want some guards. And bring up a center. Bring it all the way up here for Connecticut. Oh my god, this is absurd. Um, yeah, all right, cool. Small forward from Texas. Did I have that? Wait, where am I? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. I got confused. Cool. Washington basically doesn't need anything. Which is both exciting and scary because like not a lot of wiggle room for Washington. I think there's not a lot of centers in this draft, but um, who do they have? Yeah, I think they're gonna draft a power forward. Um, who did they have at 24 beforehand? A shooting guard, which is strange because like we picked up Leilani Mitchell, right? She's a two guard. Um, and Ariel Powers is a two guard too. I mean, she can play a three, I guess, but she did a really good job filling in at the two guard spot for Christy Tolliver when she was hurt last year. Um, which yeah, I love Ariel Powers. She's great. Um, Follow her on Twitch, Power Surge. Okay, so Washington. Yeah, I'm feeling power forward here. Um, yeah, I like that. And then Atlanta. Yeah. Honestly, I think they're gonna go for a power forward too. And then I think New York's gonna go for another international player. Hey, that's what they said. And then might as well, since Tiny Martin slipped here. Well, if they're gonna pick her, they're gonna pick her there. Indiana, yeah, feel good with that. Two guard from South Dakota, I can stick with that. I think they're gonna want this girl from Oregon. They talked to Oregon, so they had her going to 32. I think Seattle's gonna pick the Agumake. You can always have an Agumake on your team. I know she's not as good as her sisters, and Los Angeles will be mad, so maybe they'll trade for her. Which it's very much a natural placement for Agumake in Los Angeles, but fuck it, right? Yeah. All right, so this is kind of fun time. All right, so I'm pulling out from here. I'm gonna put my girl Shay Colley. Yeah, Shay Colley. Surprise, surprise, she's gonna get picked by Washington. All right. I think she shared a season with Ariel Bowers, but Shay Colley, very much, she's already like on the Canadian national team. Um, she's very athletic, and very much fits into any role you want her to. Right? She was by and large the best player on MSU's team, an MSU team that beat number 3 ranked Oregon and number 5 ranked Maryland last season. They beat Notre Dame early this season, but Notre Dame wasn't as good this year. And MSU wasn't as good this year, mostly because Shea Colley was hurt most of the season. So I think as a last pick in the draft, as somebody that you don't have a lot of room on the roster, right? So if she pays off, you keep her. If she doesn't, then she's already got other stuff lined up, right? Sure, she's going to play internationally. She's very athletic, especially for an MSU player. I mean, she's no aerial powers, but very good. Yeah. So, are there any players I want? I want my girl from Missouri State. Bring her out. Missouri State was, frick, don't change me. Missouri State was very good. Like, under the radar, I think they were going to be like an Elite Eight team at least. Out of the Missouri Valley Conference. The way that I was blown away by Baylor last season, I was blown away by Missouri State this season. So I think late game, we'll see her go to Vegas. Yeah, like another shooting guard going to Los Angeles. I think they're going to take, international center. Connecticut drafted a center earlier, right? Yeah. So this is more of like a gamble pick. Is there anybody else that I really like down here? As much as I like Taryn McCutcheon, I don't see a lot of room for point guard like her. She's a very good shooter though, so I would not be surprised if she gets like a really good international contract. So, wait, is Indiana picking late? They got like 5,000 Rutgers players on their team. Nope. All right, yeah. So I would not be surprised if this is the lowest scoring draft on my draft site. That would honestly be incredible. But you know what? I had fun. I don't know a lot of these players. Like I said, I'm not anyways a genius. So I'm going to save this draft. Got it? Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. I mean, a lot of my time today was spent thinking of this top three. Because if I've stumbled onto the conspiracy that Liz Cambage is going to be traded, then it's going to shake up something in the top three, right? If you're Vegas, you don't get nothing for Liz Cambage. You get something good. So I'm thinking they get like a load of draft picks from Indiana. Yeah, somebody who's good, like Satu Sabali is very good. She was very good. Yeah, so yeah, that's my mock draft. Catch me when I get congratulated by Draft Site to win most accurate mock draft, because I'm a genius. But that's me. Okay. Yeah. All right. Can I choose a challenge or anything? Yep. All right. Cool. Oh, Sky Shows. Ah, shoot. Let's see what Sky Show said. Sky Show Chicago did. They're really cool. Interesting. All right. Oh, I should do some comments on mine. Hold up. How do I go back to mine? Yeah, I should put some comments on mine. Kick of Dooms. All right, I gotta do some comments. All right, so, haha, losers. I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. You didn't expect this. All right. And then Ionescu falling to 2. Incredible. Vegas gets a package of picks from Indiana in exchange for Liz Cambage. No longer on Vegas's official roster page. Yes, see. And it's pronounced Kennedy Charter. Yeah. C pick 3. And then this was Indiana wants in on the draft fund. This sucks. Go green. So good this season. Much thanks to Alexa Willard. Chance. And they're picking Agumuke mostly to make Sparks mad. LOL, I'm epic. All right, cool. I think that's good. Rest in peace, Taryn McCutcheon. I love her. She's cool. But yeah, there it is. Save draft. Hey, Dunyan rings. All right. Yeah, if you want to check this out, like read through it and flame me. I'm gonna I'm gonna share this to Twitter. But yeah, so welcome back to basketball. Yeah, cool. Thanks. Let me